Hi, I'm Bob from Canada, and I'd like to share with you some of my thrift store finds to do with records. I've been out on YouTube and I've seen other people that collect records, go out to thrift shops and that sort of thing, and I like doing the same thing. So I'd like to share with you a few of my thrift store finds that I've done in, say, the last couple of weeks or so. All right, I'm going to start with a Canadian group. They're called Pretty Rough. They're from 1982, and it's sort of good hard rockin' rock with good guitar playing, and that was one of my recent ones. This is another Canadian one. This is a group from the early 60s. They're called the Beaumarks, and this is a live album that they put out. They put out about 3 albums, but this one in particular is recorded live, and it's very cool. And they do a little bit of talking in between songs, and it's really neat. I'm keeping on with Canadian for the moment. This is another one. This is called Reckless, and this fellow here, this is the guitar player, and this is the female vocalist. They put out 1 album on the Harvest label, and they thought they were going to do really well in England, but as it turned out, it didn't go over that well. This fellow did form another band called Reckless in a more of a heavy metal vein without the female vocalist. But this is a really good album, good guitar work, and it's extremely rare. All right, this next one is also a Canadian group. They're called Garaloo. They're a French-Canadian rock band, folky, rocky, a bit of everything. I've got it in a plastic sleeve, but it's a gatefold cover. It's on the London label. It's also very cool. They sing in French and in English, I believe. Way cool. Don't see that very often. Oh, here's an interesting one. This one is called The Heavyweights. And what it is, it's to do with boxing. And they've got a couple of fights here between Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay when he was known as Cassius Clay, and Joe Frazier, and they've sort of reproduced these on this record. Kind of cool. Never seen it before. Thought I'd pick that up. Okay, here's one. It doesn't have the cover, but I do have a copy of it. This is an extremely rare hard psych group from the UK, and they're called Blossom Toes, and this album is called If Only for a Moment, and it did come out in England and in Canada. It was on the Marmalade label. Their first album was sort of a pop psych thing. The second one, this one here, If Only for a Moment, was a much harder edge, twin guitars, really psych, hard driving, excellent guitar, excellent drumming. Jim Cregan is one of the guitar players in this group, and he later went on to, after this group split, he formed a group called Stud with 2 ex-members from Taste. Incredibly good, incredibly good. Doesn't have the cover, but the record is in really good shape, and how could I resist for 99 cents? I had to take that. Here's another excellent one. Parliament, funk, the clones of Dr. Funkenstein, excellent funk rock, George Clinton, he's done lots of different funky things. We're back to Canadian again. Here's one called The Images in Vogue, Educated Man. This is a 5-track, 12-inch EP on a small label from '82. You don't see this too often. I picked that up. That was 99 cents. Okay, here we've got a dilly of a one. They're called Nabisco Zarni. And the cover is similar to the Beatles' first album over here in Canada, Beatlemania or Meet the Beatles or whatever, with the shaded faces. This group is from Poland. And this is, say, mid-60s beat, freak beat. It's got both female and male vocalists on it, and it has a fellow on guitar here. You can't see the picture that well, but his name is Czeslaw Niemann, and as a guitar player he went on and on, went into jazz, This is an excellent album. It's a bit beaten up, but it's something that you'd never see. So for 99 cents, how could I go wrong? Oh, right here. This is another one. This is from Poland as well. These are actual Polish pressings on these records. This one here, it says Discoteca, discotheque, and the fellow presenting it is Jacek Bromski. And what it is these groups are on here, and they start out and they play a little bit of the song, and then it fades out, and then he comes on, makes a little announcement, then it goes into the next one. But whoa, there's a group on here that I didn't know about that starts out. They're called SBB. They're a fusion band. It was instrumental, excellent guitar work, excellent drumming, fusion, incredible stuff. Then it goes quite poppy. Then that same fellow from that other one, Czeslaw Niemann, is on this one here, and this is a little more up to date for him. Great guitar work, keyboards, incredible drumming. The drummers all over the kit. It's really cool. The only thing is that the songs are very short, and then this fellow comes in and speaks, goes on. But anyway, for 99 cents, very cool. I'm going to have to look up these guys later on here. Here's another one. The price tag on there was $5.98. It's an ECM pressing, 99 cents at the thrift shop. Errol Anderson, he's a well-known ECM instrument player. He's a bass player, and picture on the back here shows the guys. I'm not too familiar with all of them, but Paul Thausen is the drummer. Incredible stuff. Very European sounding. Excellent, excellent stuff. Same place, Eberhard Weber. He's also a Norwegian bass player. This one, Yellow Fields. Very incredible ECM label. It's a US pressing, ECM. It also says $5.89. I don't know why people would put these in the thrift shop. It's absolutely fantastic. Picture on the back, John Christensen on drums, Rainer Bruninghaus on piano, Charlie Mariano on sax, and there's Eberhard. Incredible stuff. European, fantastic jazzy stuff. Here's one I wasn't too familiar with. I knew the name, Mandingo. It's sort of African. Nice picture of a girl on there. Savage Right, African sounding, very good African drumming, that sort of thing here. Here's one I picked up. It looked a little bit weird. It's by Romeo Void. I'm not too familiar with them, but I thought it looked interesting. 415 Records. I think it's a small label. Here's one. They're called Cool R. They're a funk band. Let's talk about it. Guys on the back. They're from, I believe they're from Portland or somewhere in Oregon. Really good funk. You know, a bit funky, you know, slow, fast, a bit of this, a bit of that. Still really good. Quite rare. I looked it up. You don't see it too often. I never saw it before, so I thought, oh, it looks interesting. I'll pick it up. Here's one. This is a Christian band. They're called Airborne. I don't know anything about them. It says $2 on there. It was 99 cents. I thought I'll take a chance. Very interesting looking. Okay, here's a neat one. This is a Canadian group. They're called the Northern Pikes. And the neat thing about this one is that if you pull the record out, take it out, it's pressed on green vinyl. Very cool. Beautiful shape. Inner sleeve has the lyrics, and you know, if you want to sing along, it's a great thing to do. Northern Pikes, great group. Here's another jazz one that I picked up here. John Scofield, incredible guitarist. Fusion, swing, does a bit of this, a bit of that. Excellent stuff. Oh, this is one. I bought this when it first came out. You don't see it very often. This fellow his name is Buddy Emmons. He's a pedal steel guitar player. Plays country, but he also plays jazz. And here is a picture of a guitarist who has made his stay in Canada after coming up here with his mom and dad. His name is Lenny Bro, incredible jazz guitar player. A lot of people think he's Canadian, but he's not. He's from Portland, Maine. Came up here traveling with his mother and father, who were in music business. They played Western music, and although he in an interview I heard him say he likes Western, he was a jazz player. He's joined on this album here, Buddy Emmons and Letty Bro playing jazz, incredible stuff, instrumental, beautiful. They trade off licks, fantastic stuff, fantastic stuff. All right, continuing on here. This is Canadian again. This group is called Nexus and Earl Burney. I'm not sure what this is all about. I haven't had a chance to listen to this one yet, but Nexus is a Canadian instrumental, percussion-oriented group or band. You know, they have all kinds of percussion instruments, and the neat thing about this was this came out in volume 1, 2, and 3, and volume 1 and volume 2 are sealed, and the third one was open, but absolutely mint condition. I haven't had a chance to listen to this particular one, but Nexus as a percussion group are fantastic. They have been touring around. Excellent stuff. Okay, this double here. This is one you don't see too often. It's called Lights Out San Francisco, and it says Voco presents the soul of the Bay Area. And what this fellow did was he got the local sort of San Francisco musicians and groups together, including Tower of Power. Let's see who else is on here. Lydia Spence from, oh gosh, I can't think of their name right now. Anyway, Neil Schoen is on here, Pointer Sisters. The thing about it that is really cool is that these songs, some of these songs were put together in the studio. So with Tower of Power, they went in and they all the songs that they did were not, they hadn't worked on beforehand. Some of them they worked on in the studio. And there's a particular instrumental called Maudie, the expected one, in which David Garibaldi, the drummer, does this little drum intro. Fantastic stuff. All the players are here are incredible. Guitar player gets a chance to have a blow. It's not all funky stuff, but the funky stuff is absolutely incredible. It's a 2-record set. If you ever see this, pick it up. This was 99 cents. I can't believe that I found it. I have a copy, but I wanted to pick up another one. This will be a good one to flip. Okay, we're going to finish off with another one of my favorite drummers, Billy Cobham. His first solo album called Spectrum. Absolutely incredible. Came out in 1973. This one here is an American pressing, so unlike the Canadian one, it shows the picture of his drums inside, and he's sitting at his Fibes drum kit. Now the thing on here that makes this so cool is that the guitar player is Tommy Bolin, and absolutely incredible rock guitar player, can play rock, can play fusion, played with a group called Zephyr. He played under his own name, put 2 or 3 solo albums out. Unfortunately, he passed away at an early age. Real loss to the guitar playing world. Fantastic album. If you ever see this, pick it up. This was 99 cents. Absolutely incredible guitar, incredible drumming. All right, thank you very much. I'm really glad that I was able to share my records with you, and I'll see you again soon.